Hey guys, J19 brought to you another video, and today we got some pretty substantial rumors slash leaks for Resident Evil 9. Yes, I know a lot of you guys are sick and tired of Resident Evil 9 leaks and rumors. I'm sick of it too, but these are possibly the biggest, most potentially accurate um, rumors and leaks that could possibly be because everything's lining up for a review at Summer Games Fest. There's been insiders talking about a little bit. There's also an insider, and I'm trying to think who was it. But anyways, I guess he's a little bit reliable. So he's been talking about another thing I want to talk about in this video. So if you guys want more Resident Evil 9, eventually if we get the review, I want to do a breakdown of it, get my excitement going for that. But we're gonna go over this list. I know it's from Rhino the Bouncer, and not a lot of people don't like this guy because he's not an insider. He posts things that he hears, they sees other insiders talk about. But we're gonna go through this list. We're gonna have a little fun with it. See what's real, what's not. But this looks pretty legit. I think this is probably where they're gonna go. A lot of people worry, like me, about the open world aspects of Resident Evil 9. How is that gonna fit in their horror aspects? Because the developer of Resident Evil 7 did state that he wanted to make a more, a more like a horror, like he didn't know like what direction to take it, but he's into like the horror aspects of Resident Evil, especially with Resident Evil 7. He directed that one. He's making a brand new Resident Evil game, and Resident Evil 9 is linked to him. So, with that said, we're gonna switch gears. If you guys want more Resident Evil, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, stay notified when I upload my next video. And I plan to record my reactions to Summer Games Fest as quick as I can. I do have to eat dinner about 5 p.m. or so, maybe a little bit before if we can rush. I do want to get to this Summer Games Fest. It's supposed to be really big. It's got a lot of announcements. But with that said, let's get right into these details and see what is what. So, at first thing, okay, so we got the rumors, Resident Evil 9, final version of Resident Evil 9. He's got final version and what they were planning to do with Resident Evil 9 further down the road. But let's get this out of the way. So, what is said, this is the latest news, rumors, leaks, whatever from Resident Evil 9. It's not official, take it with a grain of salt, but I think this is probably the most accurate of the leaks slash rumors we have in the last few months. It's been a wild roller coaster ride. I didn't cover any of that stuff because I'm kind of just letting things just calm down. But here we go. It is not set in Singapore. So that whole leaked about it's gonna be on like a fictional island in Singapore, being an open world type of stuff. That's completely false according to this. Single player, not co-op. We'll get more into that further down. Third person, yes. I love the first person aspects of Resident Evil Village, but I think third person, especially over the shoulder, I think is amazing. I think that's the best way to go. More horror than action. For this is what they want to do. I think this matches what they want to do for Resident Evil 9. Um, the action side of thing is awesome in Resident Evil 4 Remake. It's a phenomenal game. It's like the direction I want them to take the series in. But if they want to have like a horror focused Resident Evil game like a lot of people love, that's fine too. I want the hardcore fans to actually love Resident Evil. There's some hardcore fans that didn't like Resident Evil 4 Remake or Resident Evil 2 or 3 Remake because they cut a lot of content out and it didn't feel like the natural Resident Evil type of game. But I don't think they're going to go with fixed camera angles. I think that's probably done for, unless they want to remaster the old games. But anyways, gothic and witchy atmosphere slash vibes. The gothic part, I think, is in the other old leaks and rumors. I talked about like werewolves and like a cult about a blood moon and stuff like that. I don't know if that's gonna be in here, but a more gothic and witchy atmosphere. I mean, it kind of makes sense for what they're trying to go for. Open areas like other RE games, not sandbox, not open world. This to me breaks the ice. I think all the other false rumors and leaks about being a big, massive open world. It's gonna be like open areas. It's gonna be like the biggest. It's still the biggest ambitious title, but I think that was all false. I think this is gonna be more like you're gonna have open areas like RE4, RE Village, other Resident Evil games that kind of open up a little bit. I think it's gonna be like that. One campaign. So which means is it's a one campaign. You play it through. There's no secondary campaign like Leon A, Claire B, stuff like that, right? We're not gonna have any of that stuff. Leon is still the main character. This is probably one of the truest leaks and rumors that's been going around that a lot of people are like, this is probably legit. Um, it's been the most like consistent of all of them. Jill plays no major role in the final game. Apparently, she was in the like the previous build of the game. I was trying to come up with some ideas, but yeah, Jill's not in this game apparently, but it's gonna be Leon. But Leon isn't the only playable character, so I'm not sure who else is gonna be in this game. But Leon is the main protagonist. He's gonna be probably a lot older. Apparently, he's in his 40s, right, late 30s or early 40s in Resident Evil 6. That's what I was hearing from like some Resident Evil fans. I don't know if that's true or not. But if he's gonna be in this one, he's gonna be in his 40s, like late 40s, maybe even early 50s. So he's gonna be grizzled. He's gonna be older, guys. Like, you gotta get used to that. The conclusion of Leon's trilogy. So Resident Evil 2 and 4. I know Resident Evil 6, he had a storyline in there. I'm not a whole lot of 100% sure of what goes on in that game. I didn't play it because a lot of people said it's not a good game to play. So whatever happened in Leon's story there, I think Resident Evil 9, according to this, is going to be the conclusion of Leon's story. He is done. This is going to be the last straw of Leon Kennedy. This is going to be his banger, his swan song, whatever you want to say. Won't play like any other Resident Evil games. They're reinvention of the series once again, which means is they're going to like reinvent themselves like they did with Resident Evil 7, like they did with a remake series, right? They're doing it again. They're trying to do something different. I hope it connects with the Resident Evil fans. I hope it connects with me because I'm interested in Resident Evil 9. Love 8. I played a little bit of 7. Love a little bit about 2. I played 3. Played 4. I'm ready for this one. I'm ready for Resident Evil 9. Looks at the roots to evolve from RE1. Now this is massive. A lot of people love Resident Evil 1. If they look at the roots to evolve from RE1, this is massive. This means that Resident Evil 9 could be a beloved title if it's done right. I trust the director of Resident Evil 7. A lot of people love Resident Evil 7 for the most part. I think he understands what the fans want, what he wants from Resident Evil, so I trust him. Substantial evolution of RE formula. Really ambitious project. Reanalyze series core elements. So they're going to be reanalyzing things, apparently, and they're changing things up. So it's going to be their most ambitious title. I'm not sure exactly what they have, but third person so far. I love the idea of Leon being the protagonist. I wish it was Chris, because at the end of Resident Evil 8, spoilers, Chris is not happy with Blue Umbrella or BSSA with the bioweapons they sent over at the village in RE8. So I was hoping it's going to be Chris Redfield, but this is Leon Kennedy's focus. So here we go. Different ways than RE7 did. Let's see what else we got. RE engine tech for Dragon's Dogma 2, Monster Hunter Wilds. This is probably not one that a lot of people like the idea of, but I don't think their new updated RE engine is ready. The Rex engine or RE Next, right? Whatever they call it. Biggest budget of any RE game, which again, 9 years of development by launch. Like 2026 is the 30th anniversary of Resident Evil, so that means, guys, that this game it's been in development since before RE8 came out. And if it's like 2019, 2020, they started development. I don't think it's 9 years in development, but maybe they was working on it way before that. I don't know. But according to this, is 9 years development. Push above series expectations. That is bold. That is bold. If Capcom can nail this and it becomes like a fan favorite to like Leon's conclusion, they nailed it out of the park. I don't think Capcom, if Capcom's team 1 or the main team is working on this, I have no issues with that. I trust them to to release a banger of a game like they did with RE4 Remake and RE Village. So here we go. Puts RE in leading position in horror. So I guess they're trying to push RE into like the class of horror games. Because lately, well, if you ask people, say yeah, Resident Evil hasn't really been horrifying, hasn't really been that scary, other than Resident Evil 7. IV Village had a couple of things. Resident Evil 4 remake and RE2 remake. RE3 kind of has some scary moments, but it's more about action and stuff like that, survival. A conclusion game, so it's the conclusion of the Leon Kennedy side. I guess they want to push the series forward, ends with a story that started with Resident Evil 1 and 0. So any the big, I don't know how they're gonna do this, because if we're gonna do this, then to me it's what happens with Jill? What happens to Claire? What happens to Chris? What happened to Sherry? What happened to all the other characters, right? All the other the characters in Resident Evil 5, 6, 7, not really 7, but you guys get my drift, right? What happens to those characters? How is this the end? Ends the story that started with those games, because you gotta what happens to these characters? That's something that Capcom has to answer. If this is true, this is the game to end off the old storyline. That way they can focus on some new beginnings for the future of Resident Evil. New enemies, new antagonists, new protagonists, you name it. 95% likely to review at Summer Games Fest. This has been posted by a few other insiders and stuff for that. They've been hearing things about RE9 is going to be there. Content creators need to be aware, be ready, get prepared. I think it is, because Resident Evil is celebrating its 30th anniversary in 2026. I cannot see Capcom just sitting to go, cool, it's cool and all, but we don't have anything planned. But hey, happy anniversary, 30th anniversary. When games get to the 25th or 30th anniversary, franchises like Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 7, Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, Resident Evil is going to be celebrating its 30th anniversary. It's a massive thing. It means the franchise has been lasting so long, for decades, that developers are not going to say, well, we're not going to celebrate, unless you're Square Enix with Final Fantasy 8. I don't know what's going on with that, but they decided not to celebrate that at all. But anyways, Resident Evil means so much to Capcom. It's the best-selling franchise of all time, and I can't see them just not doing anything for 2026. So this makes a lot of sense. Summer Games Fest is the best way to announcement. If the state of play in June does not happen, expect it to be at Summer Games Fest. Expect it. Series may drop numbering after Resident Evil 9, so series future. This is for the future of the series moving forward. Reason being to focus on telling different stories in the universe without being tied to one main entry. Once again, if they end the story of since Resident Evil 1, what happens to all these other characters? Because if you don't end their stories, what are you gonna do with future titles? Are you gonna tell their backstories? Because if you do that, then it's tied, then this whole thing doesn't make any sense. We're gonna tell different stories, it's not tied to the main story. That means no more Chris, no more Jill, no more Claire, no more yada yada yada, right? Here's the big one. The original version RE7, RE9. This is the one that a lot of people got the leaks and stuff wrong, and everybody thought this is true. This is reason why I believe all this, over what the older version, the original version RE9. It's probably where a lot of people got their leaks and rumors from, what they're hearing from their insiders or sources. But I believe the new version, the final version of RE9, makes a lot more sense. The original version started as dev in 2017, so there you go, 9-year development. Greenlit as the opposite of RE7. Initially labeled RE8 rather than RE9, so this was originally an RE8 game, but now they made it into an RE9 game. So it became RE9 since 2019, same year that RE2 Remake came out. Interesting. Original version of RE9 was open world co-op, so that's why Jill Valentine was co-op partner. That's why a lot of people saw the leaks and rumors about a play test involved. Maybe they did a play test way back. Maybe that's the version they played. But this ain't the final product. Jill is no longer in this game. It's all about Leon, which makes a lot of sense. Scrapped. So this whole version was scrapped in 2020 and 2021. Then they picked it right up, and it started in 2017. But since if they scrapped in 2020 and 2021, that means technically the new version was developed in under 5-6 years. So it's not a 9-year development. It's actually only 5-6 years. Thoughts on the RE9 RE Future? So sources Dust Golem. I know he's been awfully wrong, but I do think that all of this right here, this whole thing right here, I think this is true. That's all highlighted. I think all of this is true. I think RE9 is going to be revealed at Summer Games Fest. If not, at the State of Play, it's going to be in June. If that's still right, if that's still going to happen, according to Jeff Grubb. He's been right about PlayStation events, but we'll see. But PlayStation is confirmed to be at Summer Games Fest, so maybe PlayStation says, "Look, we only got like 2-3 things we need to show off." So maybe Jeff Key is like, "Hey, if you guys don't have a summer State of Play plan, you can shove your games into this announcement, in this event." So the event might be a 2.5-hour thing. We don't know, but I think this top part is true. I think this bottom part where a lot of these leaks and rumors started right here, all this is where people got all their information from the leaks / rumors. Is the original play test is all about this, right? The co-op, the different story with Leon and Claire and the Goat Man and the witch or something that's following them around, right? But I still think this up here is right. I think this is correct. I know this is such a long video about RE9. I know this is just a bunch of leaks and rumors spread by, Dust Golem and his sources, but I do believe that we are just literally like 4 days away from Summer Games Fest. This right here, to me, makes a lot of sense. I can't see them going, okay, it's going to be a most ambitious title. It's going to be an open world game. It's going to have Jill and you're going to switch between Jill and Leon back and forth. How do they want to be a horror focused game instead of action if it's a big open sandbox open world? And that's not what Resident Evil is about. Resident Evil is about more tight corridors that have a little bit of open areas. It's going to be scary. It's going to have like jump scares or anything like that, but it's going to be a horrifying game. I like horror games. I hope that I need to get back to RE2 Remake. I know. I need to play it, but it's just, this game right here gets me really super excited. So with that said, I think this is going to be exactly what we think it's going to be. I think it's going to be all this. And I expect it to be revealed at the Summer Games Fest. I really super do. I think that this is definitely going to happen. If Resident Evil 9 gets revealed and I don't get anything from Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, I don't get anything else that I really want from like PlayStation side of things, just having Resident Evil 9 be here and being real and have like a release window of like spring 2025 or winter of 20, like this next winter, I'll be super dope, super excited, super hyped. I'm definitely gonna be breaking down the trailer. We're definitely gonna look at it after the event's over with. I am gonna react to Summer Games Fest as well, so expect that. But I don't think I'm gonna be making a whole lot of content video after this. We do have the Xbox Showcase this weekend. I'm probably gonna check that out as well, so I'll probably do a recording on that. I do have an Xbox. Games are coming to PlayStation 5 as well, so look forward to that. Before I go, I know this is a Resident Evil 9 based video, but I got one more thing to cover. If you guys made it this far, I'll have it at the end of the title. We got that insider, Arabian insider. I guess he's a journalist or something that he does post things once in a great while. I can't really find his page, but I seen somebody talked about it, and they showed off his page, and he writes in Arabic, and you can translate it. But he says something about PlayStation has a third-party exclusive deal for PlayStation. It's like never hasn't been revealed yet, and I had to cover this in this video as well because I just want to get this video out in one. But I hope you guys enjoyed the RE9 segment. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of that. Are you guys excited about Resident Evil 9? Do you guys think the final version of Resident Evil 9 is the right build? Or do you think they're going to stick with the open world, Leon and Jill, and all that good stuff? But this last part about a third party as PlayStation exclusive title that has not been revealed yet, or hasn't been shown off, it's going to get shown off at Summer Games Fest. I think, in my heart, my mind, and soul, it's either going to be a brand new IP we never heard of. It's going to shock the world, and people are going to say, what the hell is this? I'm super into it. Or my heart, deep down, think, since Square Enix has not said this, Square has not even said anything about Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 being exclusive to PlayStation. The first two games were, right? They've been confirmed, but nobody knows about, even like Washington Post, like Gene Park, he had to backtrack, he had to make amends and say, look, guys, I thought I was confirming that it's going to be exclusive to PlayStation, but sorry, I messed up. It's like, I guess it's not. But we don't know yet, right? I think that Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 being shown off here as like a PlayStation exclusive title for just a short bit will shock people. Well, not everybody, like me. I knew it was going to be exclusive, but I think it could be that. Or it could be a completely brand new thing. It could be Phantom Blade Zero, and we might finally get an update on that with a release date. It could be something like that. But my heart, deep down, is either a brand new IP we never heard of, it's going to shock some people, or it's going to be Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. So, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the PlayStation exclusive third-party game. What you guys think it's going to be. You guys agree with me about being a new IP or Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, since the devs have not confirmed it yet for being PlayStation exclusive for a while. And what do you guys think of this Resident Evil post? What do you guys think about it? I'll have his link in the description below. You guys can highlight it and go look at it yourself. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think. You guys believe the final version of RE9, or you think it's going to be more of the older build? What do you guys think about the series moving forward? About them ending the main storyline with RE9 with just Leon? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful night. Keep on keeping on. I'll have links in the description below, my Twitch and Discord. Feel free to join Discord and talk more about this. I'm super excited about Summer Games Fest. I haven't been super hyped for a long time. This seems like it's gonna be something big. It's gonna be something awesome. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Let's get ready. Let's get hyped for the gaming announcements this week. We got the Switch 2 coming out. So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take it easy, and I'll talk to you later.